Sorry, Uncharted fans, turns out the end part of A Thief's End was no joke.
It's a mare.
Since its debut on HBO, The Last of Us has been praised unanimously among fans and critics, creating a new buzz around the video game it's based on. With The Last of Us and game developer Naughty Dog firmly in the limelight, many fans may have wondered about the future of another of the studio's beloved franchises, Uncharted. The action-adventure title has been roundly considered as one of the best in the genre since its debut in 2007. But in the aftermath of its last entry, Uncharted 4: A Thief's End, as well as a big-budget film adaptation, there hasn't been much word on a mainline follow-up to the series. As it turns out, according to the studio, Uncharted may be finished.
Could hire, a small crew. We could film the whole thing and resurrect my old show.
What happened to just living a normal life?
In an interview with BuzzFeed regarding the TV adaptation of The Last of Us, Naughty Dog co-president and creative director Neil Druckmann commented on the future of Uncharted, saying that he believes the series might be done, regardless of its financial success. He told BuzzFeed, "Uncharted 4 was one of our best-selling games, and we're able to put our final brushstroke on that story and say that we're done. We're moving on."
Great idea.
It's a rough thing to hear for Uncharted fans. After all, virtually every entry in the series has been lauded by critics and gamers due to its brilliant combination of action, platforming, and storytelling. But at the end of the day, it makes sense that Uncharted may be laid to rest by Naughty Dog. Much like with The Last of Us, Hollywood attempted to adapt another Naughty Dog IP into a mainstream sensation by creating a film based around Uncharted. The movie seemed to have the full backing of Columbia and Sony Pictures, with the film having a massive $120 million budget and a star-studded cast that consisted of Tom Holland as Nathan Drake, Mark Wahlberg as Sully, and Antonio Banderas as the film's primary antagonist. And to be fair, the bet paid off, with the film making over $400 million in box office receipts. But unfortunately, that's about as much as onlookers can say about the film's positives. Despite its box office success and impressive ensemble cast, most critics were unimpressed with the Uncharted movie. According to Rotten Tomatoes, just 41% of all critics gave the film a positive review, with most complaining that the film was a rather forgettable experience. Films getting negative reviews aren't necessarily indicative of a franchise dying, and the movie raked in a decent profit. However, the film never caught on the way The Last of Us on HBO has, and this might have affected how Naughty Dog sees the franchise on the video game side of the business.
Oh crap!
Film adaptation aside, the question is whether or not there are more stories Naughty Dog can squeeze out of Uncharted for future installments. Uncharted 4: A Thief's End was confirmed to be the end of Nathan Drake's story arc, eliminating the need for him to be in an Uncharted 5. However, it must be said that Drake's status as the main character in the video game series makes it a bit challenging to find a way to refocus the story on someone else. Imagine Metroid without Samus, or Tomb Raider without Lara Croft. 2017's Uncharted: The Lost Legacy did a fine job telling a side story with some of the series' supporting characters, but it wasn't quite the same. With Nathan's story running its course, is there a need for another entry into the series? Uncharted 4: A Thief's End was a triumphant exclamation point that served as a suitable ending to the franchise. With many fans being satisfied with how the last Uncharted game tied everything up, there is no need for Naughty Dog to draw from that well again. As Druckmann said, the book has been shut on Nathan Drake and his thieving days. Even though there's certainly more money to be made, it's probably better to let a good thing go out on a high note than watch it diminish with unnecessary sequels.